Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your weekly reading for January 20th through the 26th of 2020. I am excited about this reading, so let me set down my coffee here and let's go ahead and let's jump right in. The overall message from the divine this week is the imagination card. Oh, how I love the imagination card. It's one of my favorites because what this is talking about is taking whatever you can imagine and manifesting it. Okay, so this is, if you can dream it, you can create it. I love this card so much. Anything that you want to manifest, anything that you can think of. This is, very much a card of, your artistry, whatever that may be. We are so limited in what we think artistry is. It just kills me as a society. Um, you have your basics, of course, right? When we think of it, you have your artwork, right? Your paintings, drawings, things of that nature. You also have music, right? We often think of music as being very creative and artistic, but it goes down to other things, okay? Woodworking, creative computer programming, right? Creative business ideas, creative, I don't know, just everything. I can't even put it into words because we're so limited with words. I know it seems like we have a ton of them, but we're just on the tip of the iceberg. But this is a very creative week for you. Okay, so let's take the limitations off that word. And our imagination is been so put down and down and down, right? Oh, that's just your imagination. You're not really seeing that. That could never happen. That would never work, right? Our imagination has been squashed rather than reveled in and loved and nurtured. Okay, so imagination is what makes things come alive. And so I'm also a very scientific person, right? I'm a reader and I'm very spiritual and I'm a medium, but I'm also very scientific. So I love people. Some of my heroes are, of course, Tesla and Einstein. And if it wasn't for their imagination, we wouldn't have some of the things we have in this world, right? Think of our computer guys, right? Think of Jobs and all of those guys. We would not have what we have today without imagination. So this is, oh, and I'm sorry, I'm kind of going off on a rant here, but it's so important that we nurture our creativity through our imagination. And that is you this week, Gemini. This is you this week. No matter how much you think that you are not creative, oh, I promise you, you are. Everybody is. It's just how we access it or how we've been told our whole lives we're not, right? But we are. Oh, we have so much more to bring into this 3D world, okay? So, this is a week for if you can dream it, you can create it. So, thrive on that. Love this. Oh, love that card. Okay. Very first card in the tarot, of course. I love spirit so much, Gemini. Look at this. The Prince of Cups, and that is all about creativity, imagination, seeing the beauty, bringing things that, are in your creative mind into fruition. Okay, so again, I'm throwing out the scientific side of it for those of you who think creativity is just doing art. Okay, there are ideas in your head how you can manifest things, how you can change the world, your life, yourself. And they're there. And this is your energy, right? You are the creative, imaginative, seeing the beauty in things, creating new things person this week. It's such a beautiful reading, especially for a weekly reading, because I feel like this should be, a 10-year reading, okay? But yes, I love it. Bring those ideas, bring that imagination into life. And this week you have the Chariot right next to that. So this is you're a driving force. You are taking the steps to bring these ideas that are in your head into fruition, okay? The Chariot is about speed. However, it's one step at a time too, right? We still have to put one foot in front of the other. So if you haven't started on whatever this is for you, Now is the time, okay? Now's the time, because the Chariot is also about success. So whatever this is for you, because there's a lot of you out there, Gemini, this is the time to start. If you've already started, keep going with it. There's some success coming in with this. I absolutely love it. And what I really, really adore here is that right after that, you have the Ace of Cups. Okay, so the Ace of Cups, the aces for me are all about the divine handing you an opportunity or a gift. Literally just putting it in your lap. Okay, whether we take it or not is up to us. We have free will. But this is the divine stepping in and saying, hey, here's happiness, here's joy, here's bliss, and the Ace of Cups is all about creative opportunities. So listen, guys, this can go in so many directions, because again, there's so many of you in different stages of your life, but this could be a creative job opportunity. This could be a creative love opportunity. Maybe you find love in a very creative way, right? If you're looking for that romantic love, because this, it's the cups. It's all about emotion too. So whatever this is, if this is a creative opportunity, maybe you get, I'm trying to find an example, Spirit, maybe you're a musician, right? And you get signed to do a soundtrack of somebody's independent movie, right? And it brings you such joy and bliss just being able to have the opportunity to do that. So again, whatever this is for you, it brings this happiness. The divine steps in and says, yes, this is for you. Here's some more creative opportunities. If you're a writer and you're having writer's block, guess what? That's ending this week, okay? Because the divine is whispering into your ear ideas, the creativity, right? You're pulling it from your inner self, your soul, right? Your soul is saying, okay, now it's time to express this. Just beautiful energy all around. It could be, this beautiful creative idea to move forward in the business you're already in. All right. Maybe you're working for someone and you're doing, what do they call that? Brainstorming, right? You're brainstorming an idea, and boom, all of a sudden something hits your brain and you're like, oh, I've got this. And they're like, oh, that's the best idea. Let's run with it. So again, this can apply to so many things. Then you have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups. I love it. This is feeling satisfied and having gratitude, really living in that gratitude, because when we live in that gratitude, more abundance comes towards us in all forms. And it's also the wish come true card. So for a lot of you, you've been dreaming this, right? You've been working, taking the steps to bring this into fruition. And guess what? We have a dream, come true, basically. And wishes are big or small. Wishes can be big and small. We have a ton of them. Maybe you've been wishing for someone to contact you and give you that chance. There you go. That's not the ultimate wish. That is the wish to get you moving, right? So just examples. But wish come true for you guys this week. Love this, Gemini. Then you have the Emperor. I was a little surprised to see the Emperor in this. I'm not going to lie. I was like, oh, the Emperor. Because the Emperor is all about, standing in your own authority, right? Taking charge, being in charge. However, yes, it makes sense, right? Because it's also about setting those foundations, right? So whatever this is for you, it actually sets up a beautiful foundation for you. Okay, because you're the Emperor, you're setting these strong foundations to grow and succeed with this. Whatever this is, guys, it does bring in money for you. Okay, it does bring in money for you, whether it's selling your own artwork, whether it's getting that promotion because of your idea, right? Whatever that is. Now, I'd love to sit here and say this is a love reading, but honestly, it's not even a finance reading, but it will bring in finance. It will bring in coin. It's just more of you expressing yourself and giving to humanity, right? This beautiful art, whatever this is, this beautiful creation, and you get reimbursed for that, right? Because it's all about the give and take of the energy, and money is energy. Now, right next to that, you have another ace, guys. Another ace. Aces, gifts from the divine, right? The Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is all about being motivated, right? It's about having passion. It's about taking action on this. It's also the divine giving you new ideas to build and to, the foundation, right? To the foundation to build on what you already have as far as whatever this dream is. Again, if you can imagine it, you can create it, you can manifest it. And the divine's here, right? The divine will always meet, the universe will always meet you halfway. They will always meet you halfway. I love this. Then you have Gemini, the Nine of Swords in reverse. You are releasing the worry. I love this. Like the fear, you're releasing the fear that, hey, this isn't going to work. I can't do this. I won't get paid anything for this. Not that that's what you're in it for, but we all have to survive. We all have to make a living, right? And you're releasing that. And when you release that worry, guess what? It opens the mind up for more imagination to be able to manifest. Gorgeous. Four of Swords, yes, meditation. So clearing the mind to let that imagination flow. Take some time this week, okay? Sit in nature, get inspired, right? Inspiration comes from when we are meditating. And meditating, again, doesn't mean cross-legged, that's great, and it's beautiful, but it's also just sitting in the space, that space of nature. I really feel like you guys are supposed to be out in nature this week at some point, okay? Because that's where the flow is. I love this. You have the Princess of Swords. Again, this is so great. That's that curiosity, wanting to create more, wanting to know more, wanting to see more, right? Getting inspired by things that are out there. So this curiosity is here this week. This is also about taking that next step, right? So some of you already have it, and it's time to take the next step to manifest it. Now, the divine and spirit did pull out the Two of Pentacles. So this is prioritizing, okay? So I am sure a lot of you have this on the side and you have your regular day job, but it might be time this week to maybe not work so hard at that day-to-day job. Not saying you shouldn't go to work or do work. Maybe you should take a day off or half a day off for yourself. But it is about making sure that this is number one, okay? That this imagination, this dream is number one, especially this week. And then you have, and this is why I was saying that this will lead to coin for you, to money for you, because you have the King of Pentacles energy, which is attracting wealth and abundance. So whatever this is for you, it does bring in more money. Again, maybe it's that creative idea that you pitch and you wind up getting a raise because they're like, your ideas are wonderful and amazing. Maybe it is you selling your artistry, whatever that is. Okay, but you are attracting wealth and abundance this week, which is taking you away from this Five of Pentacles energy, right? That feeling of lack of creativity, lack of finance, lack of money, right? You are now in a recovery mode where you're gaining that all back. And, oh, Gemini, look. Gemini, look. Bottom of the deck, the Magician. Imagination into manifestation. I'll say it again. Imagination into manifestation. You are the Magician. You have everything you need to bring these ideas into fruition. And I'm telling you, it is going to lead to success. We've talked about it with the Chariot. You've got the Bridge card, successfully overcoming a problem, the recovery, okay? So this imagination, this idea, this dream that you're working on, it actually overcomes any kind of financial loss that you've been dealing with, right? Or lack of. That's what I feel, all right? Now, here's exactly why, because look what the divine pulled out. The very last card is the money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. This path of imagination, creativity, this idea of maybe you're an inventor, right? Boom. This is the week to either start it, keep moving with it, or for some of you, it's going to actually come into fruition where you get that contract, right? Or somebody buys your creativeness. So I just absolutely love this, Gemini. Very powerful for a weekly reading and a general reading. So let me know in the comments, how does this resonate with you? What's going on? I read each and every one. I try to comment on each and every one. Make sure that you hit the like, share, and subscribe button. That lets YouTube know that this is of value to you. And don't forget to click the little bell. When you click the little bell, it notifies you of when Spirit and I upload a new video. So Gemini, use that imagination this week. Be creative.